business address or a business seat is one of the documents which is needed basically if you want to start any type of business in the Czech Republic. It doesn't matter if it's your trade license or SRO company, the limited liability company, or some other form of business. If you want to start a business, you need to have a business address. I've talked about the business address itself in a different video, so I will share the link in the description of this video if you are interested in that and if you're just starting a new business. But if you've already been in business for some time, if you already have your trade license or limited liability company, SRO, and you just need to change the address for whatever reason, I will let you know, or I will explain how to do that. I will mainly focus on changing it with the trade license office or for the trade license because that's the most common among our clients, but I will touch the topic of changing it with the SRO as well. So why would you want to change your business address? There might be many reasons for that. In some cases, it's because you move. So if you move from one apartment to another, the old landlord or the current landlord will probably not be happy with you keeping the business address in that flat. So you might need to change it because of moving. In some cases, people just want to switch to the virtual one because maybe also because of moving, because you changed like 3 apartments in 5 years of living in Prague. And every time you would have to change your business address. So you, instead of that, decide to go for the virtual business address and use that. We can help with that as well. So that might be one of the reasons, or maybe even the other way around, that you have the virtual business address because you were moving around a lot, but now you bought your apartment or something and you want to transfer the business address to your current apartment where you will be staying long term. There might be different reasons for that, or you're changing offices as a limited liability company. You want to change the business address as well. Might be other reasons like tax reasons, all that. But the situation is that you want to change your business address. Unfortunately, I don't think it can be done online because I've seen some questions, some posts on Facebook earlier today asking if it can be done online. Potentially it could be changed through your data box because if you already have an active business, trade license or SRO, you already have a data box as well. So potentially you could report the change of the business address through your data box and it could be valid. But I believe that depending, of course, on the trade license office, but generally you should provide originals of documents. So for example, the new consent with the business address signed by your landlord or some other documents, let's say, depending on your situation. And those, if you want to send them through a data box, some of the trade license offices might request you to do the conversion first, which technically means that you have to go, you need to take the physical document to post office. They will scan it, they will upload it to a special cloud, you will get a special code, then you go back home, you download it from the cloud using your code, and then you can upload it to the data box and mail it. So you will technically spend the same amount of time at the post office trying to do things online as if you just go to the trade license office directly and take care of it there. So I would still recommend doing it the old way or the in-person way because that's also the only way how you ensure that everything is sorted right away and that it's done when you leave the office. You know either what to do if you didn't have all the documents correct, or you know that it has been done. So generally, how it works is if you do it yourself, because we can do it for you, for example, or someone else can do it, your friend or someone based on a power of attorney. But if you do it yourself, you just need to get the new proof of business address. So it can be either proof that you own an apartment, if you own an apartment and you want to switch to there, or it can be your lease agreement in some cases, specifically if the lease agreement is signed by all the owners or majority, or like the owners own a majority of the building or the flat. Or you can have the consent from your landlords or a virtual address, virtual business seat. And these documents you need to take to the trade license office in person, physical documents, not scans, not copies, just like physical original document with wet signatures and everything. and you just go there and report that you would like to change the address. They will check the documents, and if everything looks fine, they will do it. And then usually 3 days later, 3 business days later, or whenever they are open next time, you can go there and you will get a new trade license, basically showing the new address, and it's been done. So it's generally pretty fast and straightforward process. You can do it at any trade license office, so you don't need to go to the one specifically where you live or where the business address is. You can go to any trade license office and get it done there. I would also recommend changing it with all the other authorities like Social Security, Healthcare, Income Tax Office, because they should get notified, and anyway it will be visible online. The change will be visible online, so they could find out themselves if they want it, but they usually don't want to. So if you want to make sure that they will be sending something, if they send something physically to you, to the new business address, then you should report it to them as well. If you want to change it with the SRO company, it's a bit more complicated. One important difference is that the signatures on the consent, for example, must be verified for SRO. If you want to change the business address for SRO, then if you are not the owner, the signatures on the consent with the new business address must be verified. They don't have to be verified for the trade license holders. And another difference is that you have to make the change at the court or through a court, not just through a trade license office. But other than that, it's pretty similar. If you have any more questions, get in touch, comment. And yeah, that's about it. It's a short live stream because I saw this question on Facebook, so I decided to make a video or live stream about that. Let's reply one comment here. Sounds of Nature. Czech Embassy India called on next week for second interview with bank statement. May I know what questions they can ask? Well, that would be for a separate video, but if they are requesting the bank statement, the most important thing will be that you still have enough money, that you didn't like just transfer them back to someone who lent you the money or who borrowed you the money, and then you didn't transfer it back to your account just now when they requested that. Because if you did that, then they will see that you didn't really have the money and that you got it transferred just for the purpose of the interview or the visa application, and that could be a pretty sound reason to deny your application. So the most important thing is that you've had enough money on the bank account for the last 3 months, that you didn't spend or didn't send the money to someone else and then just deposited them again. As for the questions, that would require knowing a bit more about your case, because the questions are different for every case. Khalid, thank you for useful information. Thank you very much as well for watching. If you found it useful, please share it, like it, comment it. It always helps to spread the message. And see you again, guys, on Thursday, Monday, until the end of the world. See you. Bye-bye.